Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas from really important sources.
So, let's start with something we can all agree on. A simple truth. In our daily lives, we see things, right? We watch events happen. We are all basically witnesses.
But what if it's more than that? Today, we're diving into a really profound idea from a fictional manuscript by the philosopher Hannah Arendt. And she asks a question that flips that simple thought completely on its head. What if being a witness isn't passive at all? What if your act of seeing is actually helping to create the world?
To get there, we first have to question the very nature of what it means to see something.
You know, for literally thousands of years, a huge chunk of Western philosophy has told us not to trust our eyes. The idea, going all the way back to Plato, was that the world we see is just a shadow, kind of like a movie screen hiding some deeper, truer reality behind it, a reality you could only get to with pure thought.
But here's where Arendt just flips the script. She says, what if that's a huge mistake? What if the world we see, the world of appearances, isn't hiding reality at all? What if appearance is reality coming into being? Things only truly become real when they are seen, when they show up in a world we all share.
Okay, so this leads us to a pretty radical new way of thinking about our shared world.
So you can see the difference here, right? It's huge. In the old view, we're just passively watching a movie of a world that's already there. But in this Arendtian view, we're not just in the audience, we're the projectors. Your seeing, my seeing, all of our seeing, that's what actually weaves the fabric of reality.
And this brings us to a super important concept she calls plurality. Think about it. What makes reality feel real? It's not some hidden truth. It's the fact that millions of us, all with our own unique viewpoint, are seeing the same world. Our shared reality is built from all those different perspectives, and that's what gives it weight and substance.
And listen, the stakes here are incredibly high. A heroic act, a beautiful piece of art, a revolutionary idea. If nobody is there to see it, to remember it, to tell the story, it's like it never even happened. It just vanishes. Your unique perspective, it's not just your opinion. It's a critical thread holding our shared world together.
Now, this is where it gets really personal. Let's take this huge idea about the world and turn it inward to see how it works inside our own minds.
You've probably heard this famous line from Socrates. He was getting at something so profound. We aren't just actors on the world stage. We're also our own audience. We're in this constant, silent conversation with the one person we can never, ever get away from, ourselves.
Arendt calls this a doubling of the self. Think of it this way. There's the you who's out there, doing things, caught up in the action. But then there's another you, the one that steps back, watches, and thinks about what you're doing. That's your inner witness.
And that is the source of our conscience. It's not some rule book handed down from on high. It's the judgment of our own inner witness, the one person whose good opinion we absolutely need to live with ourselves. It's that quiet voice that asks, hey, are you okay with what you just did?
So what happens when this whole system breaks down? What happens when this fundamental human ability to be a witness, both to the world and to ourselves, just fails? This brings us to Arendt's most famous and, most controversial idea. When she studied the trial of the high-ranking Nazi officer Adolf Eichmann, she was expecting to see a monster. But what she found was, in her words, far more terrifying. She saw an ordinary man, a bureaucrat. His greatest evil wasn't hate, it was his complete failure to think, to let that inner witness have a voice and judge his own actions.
And this is a direct assault on reality itself. Totalitarian regimes have a playbook, and it's all about destroying the witness. First, you isolate people by flooding the world with lies until no one knows what's real anymore. Then you overwhelm them with constant propaganda and fear so there's no time to think. And finally, you implicate everyone in the crimes so no one feels they have the right to judge. It's a system designed to make that inner witness go completely silent.
Okay, so after confronting that kind of darkness, you might be wondering, where's the hope in all of this? Well, believe it or not, the concept of the witness also offers a really powerful way forward.
Arendt had this brilliant insight. She said, philosophers are always obsessed with mortality, the fact that we die. But she wanted to focus on natality, the incredible fact that we are born. Every single baby born into the world is a new beginning, a fresh start, and, this is crucial, a new witness.
Just think about that for a second. This future witness is what holds us accountable. Everything we're doing right now, we're doing in front of an audience that isn't even here yet. The children born today and tomorrow, they're going to inherit the world we're making, and they will be our judges.
So what's the big takeaway here? Witnessing is not a passive activity. It's not just looking. It's an act of courage to see the world for what it is. It's a responsibility to think about what you see. And it's our most powerful way of shaping the world for the people who will come after us. The story of our time is still being written, and you're already a character in it. The only question left is, what are you going to bear witness to?